Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode inside of the beta world. I've got a couple things on the agenda for today. I've got to clean up the outside of here, work on an interior, do a little terraforming, and one of the things I really want to do in the near future is set up a nether portal, which I have a pretty cool idea for that in terms of location and, I suppose, theming. To get us started, I think it's appropriate to finish up about where we left off, which is giving a little more detail to the outside. I'm thinking these inner walls that are like inside of the arches, I'm gonna make stone. And then on the sections where, let's see, like this, and this flat wall here is going to be a mix of cobblestone and stone. Just kind of giving it some texturing as best we can with limited resources. I'd say that that's come along quite well. Looks very nice. For now, I just got the parts where it's like more of an archway done. I still need to do this wall surface as well as this one. But, I mean, otherwise, looks quite nice. And I am going to do the tower as well. But yeah, no, I mean, it's quite good. And with that, I'd say we're pretty well done. Looks quite nice. It's don't mean to reiterate everything, but it's definitely one of the coolest buildings I made. And now, get to work a little bit on the interior. Probably mostly just getting the floors and the walls cleaned up. But, yeah, I'll do that and then move on to probably my next favorite part, the terraforming. Because this is going to be quite a fun little task. It's a lot to do. So, how I think I'm going to approach this is I'm going to kind of lay out how the path is going to go, how it's going to kind of wind through what will be the orchard, and then go from there. I'm probably going to end up hollowing out the area underneath here. At least the grass and the dirt. And why I'm gonna do that will be explained in the future, but it's gonna be cool. That's all I'll say for now. So I will probably just jump cut to when the path is done, and then do a time lapse from there. Before I start the time lapse, I would actually like to bring up one more thing. I spent about 2 hours trying once more and failing to get a camera account to work. I can get it on the server. I can get 2 players in on the same server, and I can build a pillar and look down on one of them. But the trouble is when I take my focus off of that instance, it opens up the escape menu like this. And there's no way around that. You can't Alt-Tab. If I do that, it just does that anyways. It's quite troublesome. So, if any of you who watch this have any ideas on ways to fix that, or if there's any sorts of mods that would help me with my issue, please feel free to leave them in the comments. But yes, I did try and get a really cool angle for this, but there wasn't anything I could do. So you'll just kind of have to deal with the first-person view. Anyways, I won't interrupt it anymore. Well, after about an hour's worth of work, this is what I have to show for it, which I think really looks sweet. This turned out super cool. I'm loving how it looks. It was getting it was a little interesting for a while, with this coming down, and I was like, oh man, I'm really gonna overshoot this path, because I was thinking it was all gonna be on the same level, just right through here. But I honestly think it worked out. I think the path kind of coming up and along around here, following the ridge line is gonna look super cool, you know, coming up here and then going over towards here where the station's probably gonna be. I just think it looks super freaking awesome. I am immensely pleased with this. Like that looks good. That looks very good. And it's gonna look even better when there's grass and trees on it. Yeah. What I really like is it starts real smooth up at the top and it gets a little steeper and then starts to taper out again. I think it makes it look very nice, very natural. You'll see that I did some stuff over on this side as well. I'll probably concern myself with that much later. But, you know, I got this started at least. I might actually end up making this thinner. Kind of having it be more of a steeper hill. Might even try and do a cliff face. I'm not terribly comfortable with making cliffs yet. I wouldn't say it's my strong suit, but if you don't, if you don't try it, then you never will get better. And I guess that's all the more reason for me to give it a shot. So then maybe someday I'll be a cliff making expert. These are definitely the rolling hills that I was envisioning. This is looking really cool. I'm very pleased with this. There's still some work to be done over there, right there as well, and along there on that part of the hill. I've still got to run the path down and along there, and I've still got to bring the path all the way down to here. But I think that that's probably more than enough terraforming for one episode. I've probably spent round about 4 hours just digging dirt and placing it elsewhere, which is a lot of time, but that's okay. I think the payoff was absolutely worth it. This looks so incredibly awesome. I had mentioned wanting to make a nether portal and obviously the interior for this. I'm not too concerned about the interior, but I am more concerned about the nether portal, which I will take us to where I would like to put it right now. Here is the train station. Over the hill is the village, and right in here is where I want to put the nether portal. It's kind of like tucked away between all these mountains, which I think looks really cool. My thought was kind of like having the remnants of a path making their way up to the nether portal, which has a bunch of like dilapidated stone structure, something or other around it, which sounds quite cool to me, and I figured that this would be the perfect area to do it. It's tucked away, it's got this nice water feature, but it's not too out of the way where it's inconvenient to use the portal. Like, the train station is just over here, and if I make, part of a path, then I have a route to get here. So it's kind of the balancing act between, making it look nice and making it accessible. Now, I know I said earlier that it was enough terraforming for one video, but I do have to terraform this still. So I won't make you sit through that, and instead I will just finish it up and cut to when it's done. And there we go. So the plan is, I think I'm going to have the path coming and leading up here, and maybe move the waterfall over to here, and then have it go into the mountain here, and kind of be like a little cave with the portal in it. And obviously still having some structures along the path, but, so that the portal isn't just standing in the middle of nowhere, kind of just, there. It's integrated into something. The only reason I don't put it into or dig into that wall is because this wall is actually quite thin. It's it kind of cuts off around negative 646, and the wall on this side goes into about 649. So yeah, I don't think 3 blocks is quite enough to do what I want to do. So I won't even try to do it there. For now, we're just gonna have to get rid of the water. Because I do not have a bucket. But that's okay. It will be back eventually. I think here... This is nice on this side. How it is. But on this side, can make it more of a ledge. Rather than having it slope down and then right here we can start to make our way in. Now that's okay. It's a little better, I suppose. I don't know, maybe I don't have two little spikes, but rather just one. Tricky. Maybe I keep it simple. Something like that. Yeah, that's okay. That'll do. I'm gonna have on either side probably some old-looking pillars to make it almost like it was a ritual site of some kind. Considering portals are very, you know, they're portals to another dimension. It seems fitting that it would be something related to a ritual. But no, I mean, I think this is a good foundation. I'm gonna do some digging, and we'll get to the good part. I've got a pretty good start. Got this like neat little pillar design I'm trying to work with. And I'm gonna have like the cave kind of shrink down. In fact, I'm gonna do that. Put that there. Yeah, that's nice. But I'm gonna have the cave kind of shrink down. More of a narrow passageway. And then try and have it open up into a larger room with the portal in it. I'll probably have it, you know, curve around a little bit, do a little something in order to... So it's not just straight through, it's kind of, ooh, mysterious, taking turns. But no, I mean, it looks pretty cool. You can, you know, start to see it from out here. And if anything, I'll probably like recreate this pillar design out here and just have them like along the path, and that's what I do for my for the structures along the path. I think that would look quite good. But yeah, no, that's what I've got. A little bit of a progress update. Got the cave coming along quite nicely. I'm kind of figuring out the layout for this room. I had a pretty cool idea for how to lay it out, but I've got to figure out if I've got the space to do that, because I don't want it to be too large of an ordeal. And I've got this sort of dirt platform thing. I'm not quite sure what you want to call it, that, you know, it's going to be coming along, and it's a different level, and I'll probably have it go out and around a little bit into this next room, just to kind of vary it a little, make it more visually interesting. a bit of a progress update. I've got the general layout done. It's gonna come over, slope down, kind of like go out into an open area. And then there's going to be this staircase up, and eventually this is going to get all removed, so it's a lot more open. But up here is going to be where the portal is, right here. And the cobblestone's just a filler for the what will be the obsidian. But yeah, I think a 3x3 portal is going to be quite cool. So that's what I've got so far. I'm probably going to widen, I am going to widen this room out on either side. Well, let's see, probably 5 blocks in each direction, around there. It's not going to be perfect, of course, because it's meant to be a cave, but no, I mean, it's definitely, this shows promise. I like the look of it. I think it's going to be quite cool. And it's really going to help when this roof is, or when this area above is dug out and you can actually see it all. Yeah. I think it's going to come together nicely. A final little update here. It's definitely a lot more open. I did do, as I said, 5 blocks that way and 5 blocks that way. I am going to kind of like clear out this area eventually on both sides, and this is going to be like a platform probably about at this level. And then, you know, obviously this is a higher platform. The you know, looks of it will be quite nice. But I think that's all I'm going to be able to do in this episode. In the interest of getting this out in time, missed the upload last week because was quite busy, and I was quite busy this week too. I actually had a bit of trouble finding time to do this area. But yes, in the interest of getting it out, I will have to postpone the completion of this room for next episode, which will probably involve finishing this room, doing a little bit more over at the orchard, which is probably around in that direction, and working on that special little surprise that I mentioned underneath the orchard. Actually, I don't know if I mentioned that or not. That's okay. Either way, if you are still watching, I appreciate your viewership. This was a lot of time lapses, some long time lapses too. If you liked the video, feel free to like it. If you didn't, dislike it. And if you really liked it, feel free to subscribe. And either way, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And I wish you the best in your day-to-day.